Get you having fun.
Paving this shit crank.
Crime Tracker tonight, a crackdown on human trafficking in Ohio. Today, a statewide operation led to the arrest of dozens of people and the rescue of 45 lost children.
Crime Tracker 10's Lacey Crisp was with Columbus Police during their bus.
Across the state, 177 Johns were arrested in what's being called the biggest anti-human trafficking sting in the state's history. Now, Columbus Police say it's not just about making those arrests, but getting help for the women involved.
And our goal is to make survivors of each and every one of them.
In a 3-day sting, Columbus Police focused on the West Side, Linden, Sullivan, and Parsons Avenues, looking for victims of human trafficking and Johns. Undercover officers worked with uniformed officers who would make the arrests.
These arrests are symptoms of a bigger problem. Addiction is very intertwined with prostitution and other offenses in the area.
10 TV cameras were invited to go out with Columbus Police during the operation. Well, this is the second year for this type of roundup. It's the first for Columbus Police PACT, or Police and Community Together unit. Columbus Police Deputy Chief Jennifer Knight says the focus is on getting the women the help they need and getting them off the streets.
We can push them towards catch court in larger groups. We can be even more effective when we marshal all of the support that we have for this issue. And it has shown to be very productive.
Like Rhea and forensic nurses were also on hand as the women were arrested. They were given a meal and any medical treatment they needed. They were also offered help with any addictions. Downey is a forensic nurse and says these women won't go to a hospital to get the medical care they need.
Victims of violence for many years not receive the care that they need.
During the operation, Columbus Police aided in the arrest and recovered several lives. From the tax unit, including 4 women and 10 men.
I think it's a much bigger problem.
Sex with a child.
Even in an era where human trafficking enforcement is on the upswing and people know that others have been arrested for it, we still have demand.
And Knight says the PACT unit plans on doing stings like this once a month. In Columbus, Lacey Crisp, 10 TV News.
As the largest statewide anti-human trafficking operations in Ohio's history. State and federal officials joined forces to help rescue more than 100 survivors. It's called Operation Autumn Hope, and this is footage of one of the raids in Ohio where authorities took down 177 people involved in human trafficking, including 14 individuals arrested in Mahoning County last week.
If you're using the internet to try and exploit or take advantage of underage individuals, we want it to be in the back of your head that you may be talking to one of us, and hopefully you will be talking to one of us. We're not going away. We're going to continue to do these types of stings.
109 survivors were rescued during the month of October. Green's agency, along with nearly 60 others, joined forces for Operation Autumn Hope. U.S. Marshals were able to close 84 missing child cases, where 45 children were rescued. 4 more returned home. 16 others were located.
There's estimates that around 1 in 5 or 1 in 6 of endangered runaways, which makes up the largest portion of these missing child cases, are being trafficked. Those are astounding numbers that we must collectively combat. We must recover these children.
During a news conference today in Columbus, law enforcement agencies and social service agencies joined Ohio Attorney General Dave Yost to announce the success of the operation. Columbus made 80 arrests, and in Franklin County, 8 men who traveled to central Ohio with the intent to have sex with children were arrested. Those involved in the operation say let this be a warning to those who are selling human beings and for those who are buying sexual services, that the next door you knock on could be that of an officer ready to arrest you.
We just completed Operation Autumn Hope. Over 50 law enforcement agencies and social service providers in addition who conducted a human trafficking sting all across the state. Human trafficking only exists when there's supply and demand. So we're enforcing Ohio's laws about promoting prostitution, about solicitation, also against the Johns who provide the demand and the money to drive this illicit trade. But it wasn't just about arresting people. It was also about providing hope and providing help. Sometimes, oftentimes, the victims of human trafficking are eager to escape it. They don't know how. And so sometimes what they need is a listening ear, a safe place away from their trafficker, drug treatment to deal with the addiction that led them into captivity to begin with. That's why we provided more than just law enforcement. We also provided helpers, a helping hand, social workers, counselors, people that connect them with the social services and help they so desperately need. That's why we called this Operation Autumn Hope. Not only about eliminating the supply and the demand in human trafficking, but offering hope to the survivors. I'm proud of our partners in law enforcement and in the social service community that worked so hard this last week to implement this operation.